Hi, my name is Alan. To those of you who've seen my first video about 2012, I'd like to thank you for watching. This video I just wanted to make to kind of adjust the first video that I made. I researched more on things about 2012 and I had one main thing wrong and I just wanted to correct myself, so just to ensure that I'm not misleading anybody or myself as well. I talked about the galactic plane, or the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and I was under the conception that it could be hollow, but I was completely wrong. It's actually the most dense part of the Milky Way galaxy. See, our Milky Way galaxy, it spins like a top, and it creates an enormous amount of centrifugal force, which kind of flattens our whole Milky Way galaxy out into like a disc like this. And our solar system actually passes up and over it and through it and down under it and then back up through it again. And each one of those little half circle things, up and over and then under and back through, it takes a pretty large amount of time, something like 25,000 years, something like that. But in 2012 and up to that point, we're going to be getting closer to it, and we should be right in it in 2012. And there is an increased amount of gravity going through there, which can cause pole shifts and other things like that. And the pole shift would entail global climate shift. So places where it was once cold, it could be warm or hot, or vice versa. There's no telling really. And I'm not saying that it's going to happen for sure. I don't know. It's a possibility. That's what the scientists are saying. And another thing, I'm not correcting myself on this. I'm actually adding it to it on a documentary that I watched about all the permafrost and the ice caps. A lot of our glaciers are gone, and I forget if it's Iceland or Greenland. It seems like it would be Iceland. I mean, it's called Iceland. But the whole continent is on permafrost, underneath all the soil and stuff. There's tremendously thick layers of ice that everything grew up over on top of. And there's actually lots of sinkholes and dips in valleys now, and holes in the ground where the permafrost has actually melted. So I mean, we're definitely starting to experience some type of global warming, and also the seas are heating up. It's only heated up about half a degree so far, I think they said. I mean, it seems very minute to us, but there's no... One thing you gotta remember is the degrees are man-made measurement of temperature. And to the seas and the things that inhabit the seas, that could be a pretty big amount. And there's actually lots of frozen methane stored in cavities in the sea. And it's getting warm enough to where they're actually melting, and when it melts, it turns back into a gas, and you can actually see these gas bubbles bubbling up in different places across the world. And to prove that it's methane, they're making these little bottle contraptions where they're capturing the bubbles in it, and it has a little offshoot, and they'll light the end of it, and it'll stay lit from these methane bubbles. And they're saying that, I guess, worst case scenario, it's possible for a lot to accumulate. If it keeps getting warmer, it'll melt faster, and something like a thunderstorm could really set one of these things off to the equivalent of maybe an atomic bomb. So I mean, and one thing you got to take into consideration is, I mean, it probably would be over water, but there's no telling like how, if maybe it will have a big enough effect where it would like mess up our ozone, or maybe it could be close enough to land to have an effect or create some kind of like tidal wave or something like that. But that's all I really got now as for corrections and to add to the video. I hope if you're watching this you've seen my first video, or if you haven't, please watch it. It talks a lot about like the Mayans predictions and things like that. So once again, thank you for watching. Have a good day.